She has very interesting activities that we do. She gives us an opportunity to try all different sorts of theater.
So it means theater, dramatic and comedy, and we get a chance to write and direct, and she gives us all those different opportunities, and it's really nice.
Like she said, we do a lot of different things. Like we build sets, we design costumes, and every term we have to write, fill out a form about a play that we saw, a play that we read, and like technical hours that we did.
I was all about the professionalism and the performance, and those kids were almost my props, you know. And I think I was at a junior high, and theater was such a passion for me that even though I loved my students, the show became more important at the very beginning of my career. And as my career has developed and matured and mellowed, I'm realizing, I realized this years ago since I've been teaching so long, that the show is the byproduct, it's the students. And so my love of my students has added such a dimension to my life. Sorry. I think my mantra is, where will my students go? Where will their focus be after being with me? What can I give them?
It's just like a really fun place to come to at the end of the day, and to just sort of like unwind in an atmosphere that, like, everybody loves theater as much as you do, especially Miss Edwards. And it's fun to be like in that sort of supportive place, especially when you have like 50 million other things going on. It's nice to just like take a breather.
Been your favorite production you've ever done?
Oh gosh, there's so many, but I think I'll have to give a couple. My favorite musical, my all-time favorite musical, which is crazy because I've done so many and I never repeat, but my favorite has to be Damn Yankees.
Why?
I had seen a production of it, and when I watched it, my own production that I wanted to direct just burst into my brain, and I just had to direct it, and I had so many personal little bits that I added to the show that I don't know, and I had a cast that was so perfect, and it was so much fun. Another one that's really up there is The Wiz. We did a white production of The Wiz, and oh my gosh, I wish you could have heard my white kids rocking out that music. It was awesome. And that one, my brother that came to see it said every scene was a new surprise. So that was fun. As far as straight plays, the reason I don't repeat shows is because they all become children to me, and I feel like if I repeat it, then the first time I did it wasn't good enough, and I don't feel that way. I give so much of myself, and I'm sure I know my shows are not perfect, and they're not, everybody does great shows, but to me they're my children, and so every show is important to me, and I've loved Music Man, just Into the Woods. I don't know, I could name every single one of them and just have a soft spot.
Right.
Mrs. Edwards, she's not a teacher to us.
She was.
Well,
yeah.
Even when she was,
Yeah.
she really wasn't. She just kind of she sticks with that like professionalism that she is your teacher, but she lets you know that you can talk to her about anything, and I think that was the nicest thing, because there's always that thing when you're little, and if you're being bullied, they're like, oh, go talk to your teacher. You never actually do. Like, they're just going to be like, oh, well, go talk to the principal, or go talk to your mom, or talk to their parents. But like, if something's happening in like your home life and you're feeling like upset or something, and you feel like you can't do your best that day, you can just tell her like what's been happening, and she completely understands, and like, but the nice thing is she still tries to push you even when you're upset to do your best. And it's like, it's really It's really nice.
And she's always good for gossip time too.
Yeah.
She's always like way on top of the gossip in like the theater class. So if there's like something going on and you're like, oh, so and so is dating somebody else, she's like,
in our
no way, and you're like, yeah, and she's like, they're so cute together, and you're like, I know.
That maybe you haven't said already, like don't marry yourself to the stage
Right,
and stuff like that.
that's-
But what other advice would you give someone who's just coming into this whole career?
My biggest advice, and I wish I would have done this, is surround yourself with other people. Don't think you can do it all. You can do it all for 2, 3, 5 years, but it's not gonna last. Find those people, find a great choreographer. If the dance teacher at the school doesn't work, find somebody that you can connect with. Use your parents. Get a good booster of parents. I'm still working on that after 25 years because I did not take my own advice. But that would be my advice. Surround yourself with amazing people because they're out there and they want to do it with you. That's what I would say.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, 1, 2, 3. Congratulations! You deserve it.
Oh.
You can put